Hello, Catherine. Nice to have you all here, and thanks for the announcements. Let me share a screen with you and go back actually to the web page where you started to present the ecosystem from. This is. Can you see my screen right now?
Oh, we can't see your screen yet.
We can't see it. All right. Let me quickly fix this. All right. Anyway, you already had a glance. Let me tell you until I fix the problem. Let me tell you about the ecosystem itself. The main problem that we're focusing on today and why I'm here is the lack of international visibility that our Georgian ecosystem has worldwide. And I'm a startup founder myself. I've been working with various startups as a consultant. I have experience in building tech companies as well. And as you might be aware, Georgia is mostly fresh new ecosystem, which has been developing rapidly. Unfortunately, the government has been the only important and the major donor for the ecosystem development that is which is by its own self a great thing to kick off. But unfortunately, it's been since 2016 that we're having trouble with the commercialization, and this is the main focus why we startup founders created an organization called Startup Georgia in order to make sure that more private investments and effort comes into the ecosystem, as in the ecosystem development. Our partnership with StartupBlink started recently, and as an experiment, we uploaded like 20 Georgian startups and refreshed the ecosystem page. I have to say that there's much more coming up from our side because unfortunately, there's not that much of a visibility of the actual hype that is here, as the hype is still fresh. Catherine, could you be nice to focus on the rankings? You can see that the ranking we're getting now is pretty devastating. But as I mentioned, this is not the actual reality. Our plan is to work on updating the database throughout the year 2022, and make sure that we get the actual ranking that we have. So we're looking for international partners, similar organizations, and thank you very much for this format to have chance to talk about the ecosystem. We have launched various projects together with our international partners, and problems that we're tackling is not only the data and visibility, but it's also the education. And we are closely working with international accelerators to bring them in to the ecosystem, help local founders grow their businesses, and we're building a unified database of Georgian startups that will allow such platforms as StartupBlink and others to sync the data and provide the connectivity to the world. We have very nice progress on the community building. Startup founders have been sharing their experience through our community events. We've launched our website, which is very fresh. It's also being built by startups themselves. So this is how we try to develop the culture of building stuff together. And There's been several events hosted by our organization, which included swapping investors' info between the founders, trying to help each other to fundraise. And we think that next year it's going to be tremendous progress regarding the visibility and the ranking. And as mentioned before by the StartupBlink CEO in the presentation, global ranking below 200 usually is found to be not that successful. But in this case, we have much bigger hype. There's a lot of startups that's been funded by private or government investors. And we're going to be making sure together with our partners from the government, because we're, again, non-government organization that is like self-developing. It's like a community effort. So we'll try to make sure that the database clearly reflects the actual hype and the reality that we have in the ecosystem. And I'm thankful for all kinds of support. So please don't hesitate and follow us on different social media. This is important for us to give out and channel the updates about local startups ecosystem. And of course, you'll find a lot about the events that will be hosted here in Georgia together with our partners. And we'll be happy to invite you over and have some networking together. So thanks for the opportunity. My slides didn't launch, but happens to startups often.
It's okay. Maybe next time we will have the presentation. So thank you again, Lasha. If you can maybe put on the chat like your social media or LinkedIn, so